going to get into the TV part of it, but you get to captain the Solheim Cup in '96 and '98. I mean, what was that experience like for you as the captain?
I cannot even tell you how much I loved it.
Oh, I bet.
I didn't have the college experience, and so this is the first kind of team thing I'd ever been on, and apparently I have a little maternal instinct.
Yes, you do.
So it just suited me perfectly. I really loved it, and I would have to say it was one of the great memories and one of the great things that my husband and I got to do because he loved it too.
Right.
And
right.
it was you feel a tremendous responsibility to do things as well as possible for your players because they're out there giving it their all every day, and you just can't take it lightly.
What were some of the things you had to do?
Prepared. Well, of course, the pairings are the first terrible thing you have to do is tell a couple people they haven't made the team.
Right.
That you didn't pick them.
That's awful.
That's your worst day.
Yeah.
But you make every arrangement, and captains, I think, today have a lot more support and people who do an awful lot of things for them.
Mm-hmm.
In my case, there wasn't even an assistant captain. Well, you didn't get an assistant captain, but the president of the LPGA would help you.
Right.
So you were just basically on your own. And the first place I went was Wales.
Mm.
So it wasn't just, drop dead simple.
Right.
And but between clothes and between keeping everybody happy with everybody else, and you have to baby some, and you have to be a little tougher with some others.
Mm-hmm.
And then making the pairings, which is obviously that's one of the more important things. You might say you can't go wrong when you have all these good players, but golf is a little bit of personality too, and the fact is you can go wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes you have to sit people out.
Yes, and you do have to sit people out. But I loved every minute of it. We were getting our rears kicked as of Saturday night, and we won over there.
Mm.
We won. We either won 9 or 10 matches in the final.
Well, how
day.
When people have watched it, it's a lot. It's got to be a lot tougher not captaining, but just playing over there versus. And we saw at Glen Eagles the last time around with Suzanne, Pedersen making that putt and just playing in front of, not just a crowd that's not pulling for you. That's a difficult thing, and now you've got to captain these players to try to get them. Hey, expect them. They're going to clap when you miss a putt, or they're going to cheer louder for their team. That's part of the captain's job, and it is a tough job. But
but every year that the Solheim Cup matches are played, and I'm sure it's the same with the Ryder Cup to a great degree. Every year they're played, people get tougher and tougher in that regard.
Mm.
And they not only expect it, but they actually know how to handle it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think and now seeing so much golf like that, on television, I think people are just way more prepared. But one thing my husband told me that first time when we went to Wales, he said in other sports, maybe football, it's sometimes considered an advantage to be the away team
mm-hmm.
because you don't lose your focus on anything else. And I can certainly see that now because you really only have each other.
Mm-hmm.
And there just aren't a lot of things to distract you like there are when you're playing at home.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think, and you're kind of motivated. You're kind of uber focused on it. I know that for me, I've only played one Ryder Cup, and that was over at the Belfry, and we won. But I played the President's Cup at home, and it's a little different feeling being at home. Maybe more pressure because you're at home to be playing.
Well, I think so. I do. I think.